If you're an aspiring actor, don't go to dramaschool.com. There is another way. Don't go to dramaschool.com.
Hello everyone, so good evening, welcome to this Don't Go to Dramaschool.com actor success mindset coaching Zoom. Okay, so we've got a few of you coming in at the moment. If you can put in the chat, we're going to make this interactive as always. Do put in the chat where you're coming in from. That's always of interest to me. I'm broadcasting from West London. Do let me know. I know it went out far and wide on Eventbrite and meetups, and normally we get people coming in from all over the world, Australia, etc. So do put in the comments where you're coming in from, and also where you heard about this as well. That'd be really good. And what I always ask, if you can just make a mental note, I'll ask you at the end of this workshop as well, the one thing that you learn from this online session today, the one thing you're going to take away and act on, because then your time spent with me is fully worthwhile, isn't it? So very shortly, I'm going to tell you about actors' mindset, and rather than just talking about it, I'm going to put you through some exercises. So show you some videos as well from film stars that you know that have applied these techniques and achieved great success. So it's not just weird and woolly concept, it's demonstrated by people out there. And it does go into the kind of spiritual, the intangible concepts. But yeah, bear with us. I'm going to show this works. And hopefully in a few months or even years' time, you can come back to me and say, Steve, it worked. Yeah, I'm so glad I went to your workshop. So about myself, let's give my name. I'm Steve Surridge, okay? And I'm the creator of don'tgotodramaschool.com. I'm a screen acting coach. I've been teaching screen acting for over 20 years now. Okay, I worked on a variety of TV shows in the UK in the 1990s, soap operas, crime dramas. There's lots of them on British TV. But my big thing is I created the world's first internet TV soap opera. So yeah, that was my claim to fame. And I also trained, while doing that, I trained with Hollywood's #1 screen acting coach, Ivana Chabuk, who taught names that you recognize, such as Jim Carrey, Brad Pitt, Halle Berry, amongst others. And yeah, her stuff works. It's the most applicable. I think it's the most relevant to today. You know, a lot of drama schools are still teaching Stanislavski and the classic stage acting techniques. Some of that still does apply. But in this age of Netflix, screen acting, that's where the money is. You know, theatres are being knocked down and turned into bingo halls at the moment, certainly in the UK, while with streaming, which is just an ever expanding market. The Netflix, for example, around London, they've built 6 studios in the past 2 years. They're desperate for content. So future acting careers are going to be built through screen acting, which is what I teach. Yeah, I'm also a professional happiness coach as well, which is where this stuff comes from today. I teach personal success and motivation techniques, which are demonstrated through the level of happiness that you feel. You know, you're thinking right, and it's from the teachings of Abraham-Hicks. So about this workshop, none of you are commenting yet. If you can let me know, don't be afraid. Do talk to me through the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to see it to the side of you. There should be a little comments box there. Okay. So about this workshop, traditional drama schools teach you acting technique, but they don't teach you mindset. Okay, and as a result of that, statistics show only 2% of trained actors graduating from UK drama schools every year end up on the West End stage. And over 90% of trained actors give up on their dreams, their acting career dreams, within 18 months of graduating. I've worked in education. That is an appalling statistic, because if you were doing a hair and beauty course or a plumbing course and the transition of students from the training to the industry was so low, those courses would be scrapped and something would be done. But with drama schools, it seems they're allowed to continue churning out students, getting bums on seats every year, charging a fortune as well, for people then not to end up working in the career of their choice, which they've trained for. These techniques, as I say, they come from the teachings of Abraham-Hicks. They are used by Olympic gold medalists and sports trainers to help their athletes and students win as well. So it applies not just to the world of acting, but every other aspect of life as well. So don't be afraid. I always ask, how many of you have been to drama school? If you can put your comments, put a little note to me in the comments. And also, how many of you feel that you are moving in the direction of some kind of acting career? Do let me know. Okay, so, and it'd be good to know as well what your current frustrations are in regards to your screen acting career. What are your fears and what are your wants? What's your biggest aspirations? Most people that I do this workshop with in the past, they feel that while they're in the training arena, while they're at drama school surrounded by their peers that are that are training with them, they feel they're on the way. But as soon as they graduate, they fall off a cliff, got no direction of where to go, and they kind of panic. Reality sets in. They have to pay bills, they have to get a job, and within 12 to 18 months, as statistics show, they give up on their career dreams, end up doing a job that makes them miserable, the job that sucks the life out of them. And yeah, all that hard work, 3 years plus of drama training, acting training, regardless of how good talent they are, because it is an impenetrable industry as it appears, although that is changing. They give up hope. Okay, so this is going to probably surprise you, but success in acting is all about mindset, not your acting technique. And one of the great acting trainers of the day, sorry, let's just get this up. Stella Adler, she says the most important thing the actor has to work on is their mind. So not necessarily technique. Okay, so yes, so the body follows the mind. That is proven by all motivational coaches. Once you prime the mind in the direction of success, you anticipate success, you visualize success, and we'll look on all these bits in more detail as we go through this workshop. The body follows the mind. Excuse me. Okay. So it's almost like some people can think, I don't really know. I don't know if I've got the right training. Once you prime the mind, you will move in the direction of the training that you need, and it will happen automatic. I use this stuff in my life, and it is phenomenal. The moves that you make, it just happens to you. Look over your shoulder and you think, wow, how is it that I've moved in the direction and constantly on target, moving forward? And you use your kind of instinct, not necessarily your intellect, but more of this later. The techniques that I'm going to teach you tonight, they are used by names such as Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Madonna, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm going to prove these. So let's ask the important question then. The name of this workshop is, what do you expect of your acting career? What is your expectation? Do you truly believe that you're in your future life experience, you are going to be a great actor? And not just, let's be more specific, not just an actor, but an extremely successful actor. Hopefully, like all the kind of the actors that have inspired you, made you want to pursue acting as a career. You've seen them be successful. I don't know who your favorite actors are. Share that with me in the chat. Okay, yeah, so hopefully a lot of actors that I work with, there's definitely one person that they aspire to be like, have the same career that they've got. But we could talk about this philosophy, and that would get you nowhere. So I'm now going to start teaching you a number of practical techniques to help prime your brain, your mind, to move you towards acting success. Okay, so the first technique number one, is your job is to mentally talk yourself into believing and achieving your inevitable acting success. Okay, you need to start telling the story now of where you want to be, not where you are. Okay, You need to talk yourself into your future. So look past your reality, your current reality, even if it looks like you've got, no chance. There's no door at the moment, and that's going to lead you towards acting success. Forget that. Just start talking about where you want to be. Okay. The more you do this, the more you will train your brain to do it more often, and it's all about your belief. Another word for belief is, what is your expectation? The more you talk about where you want to be, what it's going to be like, what you're going to be doing, the house you're going to be living in, the people you're going to be hanging out with, the more you are going to make yourself believe it. And the more you believe it, the more you move in the direction of what you want. It's all our success in life is about our belief. Okay, so this is where we go into the spiritual stuff now. You are a creator, okay? You're shifting and shaping energy, and you do that through the focus of your mind. You are not here to regurgitate current reality. You are here to decide what you want through the power of your mind and move towards that. Okay, as I said, once you focus with your mind where you want to be, and you hold that focus, maintain that vision, the body follows the mind. You will effortlessly move in the direction of what you want. So be future focused. Make the future more relevant to your life now than your current reality. This may sound a bit bonkers, but let's watch this video now for Matt Damon. This is what he did. You all know who he is. Let's watch this.
You don't come from an acting family.
No.
Was there a performance or a film or some event that happened that made you go, that's what I want to do?
Well, I always loved movies, but then I had a great teacher in high school. And I felt like I wanted to be an actor, but I went to high school at 13 years old as a freshman and knew that I was going to take classes with this guy. He was kind of very well known in my town, and he really was a guy named Jerry Specca, and he really was just a huge part of why Ben and I pursued it with such discipline and always took our work so seriously. He was he was a great teacher in that way. He taught even kids who didn't go into drama, professionally, but just took his classes, got something about a work ethic from him, because he always he forced you to take your work so seriously, and those were great lessons to have at a really young age.
That's pretty amazing to be that young and know that.
It was very lucky. I mean, I always felt lucky. I remember going to college and feeling sorry for all of my friends because we got to the end of college and they didn't know what to do, and which, I mean, I'm sure most people don't know what they're going to do when they're 21,
Right.
But I knew when I was 13, basically. And Ben and I talked about it recently because, we were young and we were going to New York together when he was 14 and I was 16, and we were auditioning for stuff, going to New York by ourselves. We had these we had these careers, they weren't going anywhere really, but we'd go, we'd audition, we'd get called back, and I think about, wow, we were really, really young, and I think we fed on each other's enthusiasm. I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't met Ben,
Wow.
My senior year in high school, we used to have what we called business lunches. There was no business to discuss, but it was kind of our way to mark every day that, we got our eye on the ball here, and we would go sit in the smaller of the two cafeterias called the Media Cafeteria at Cambridge Ringe and Latin, and we go sit there and just so what business, there was nothing to talk about.
To continue the off-camera experience, visit offcamera.com. Get full access to additional content, podcasts, and the Off-Camera magazine. Because the best conversations happen off-camera.
So there you go. Sounds absolutely bonkers, but he was chatting about his successful acting career, making stuff up years before it actually happened. That's what you got to do. You got to focus your mind on what you want and achieve it. This is what mindset. All of us have heard the term mindset for years. No one has explained what it is. this is what it is. And when you do it and you maintain that vision and you hold it, and most importantly, you believe it, the better word, a more clarifying word for believing is expecting. You expect the success that you want for yourself. You believe you will achieve it. You relax into that belief. So you're not stressed. You're not, oh my God, what, it's not happening. You're looking past your immediate reality onto your future that you want for yourself. Hold that vision and you will move. The body follows the mind. Okay, so question now, what is your real expectation of your acting career? Are you fooling yourself? Are you saying, yeah, I'm telling all my friends I'm going to be a great actor, but deep down, I don't believe it myself? Or are you facing your current reality more? And this is what 99% of people on planet Earth do. They just face in reality, basing their entire future on what their current circumstances are. It's interesting because if you think most successful actors today are the sons and daughters of established actors that are already in the profession. And if you think about it, they've got someone right in front of them who's in their life, a real influential presence. And that person has achieved success. The fact they've seen them achieve success and live in success makes it a no-brainer that they can do that themselves. If you think of Ewan McGregor, he had Dennis Lawson, his successful uncle, who was, strangely enough, was also in the original Star Wars movies. And then Ewan McGregor was in the prequels, playing Obi-Wan, soon to be seen in a new series on Disney+, which the world is waiting for with bated breath. He's achieved massive success and is going to continue to do so. But he had a primary role model and influence years before he was successful that convinced his mind that he could be a successful actor. So it seemed effortless to him. If you're a Bonham Carter and you're surrounded by, that kind of acting dynasty, then it just seems effortless. So what are they doing? They've trained their brain into expecting it, to believe in it. And you can say, yeah, but they had easy access to agents, etc., that will, pick them up. And that's partly true, that, it's easy for an agent to sell a product that's got the surname of an established brand, but they do have to be good as well. Clint Eastwood, I think it's Scott Eastwood's son, he's got in the industry, but is he a big name? No, he isn't. You do have to be good as well. And by believing you're going to be good and expecting to be good, again, you will move yourself in the right way forward. So it doesn't matter if you've got no industry contacts, no immediate way in, because if you just start to train your brain and visualize and just expect it, talk about it, you will start moving in the direction of your dreams. Okay, this is called the law of attraction. Okay, and we can do an exercise now. Okay, what I ask you to do is we're going to do a positive visualization exercise now. Okay, just check in first of all, how are you feeling right now? Okay, so shut your eyes now, and I want you to play the mind movie of you winning an Oscar for your great screen acting performance that you're going to do in the future. Okay, I want you to really zero in on the specific details. Don't let this be a fleeting thought. Play the mind movie. So see yourself in a chair in the crowded Oscar ceremony hall. See what you're wearing. Feel the kind of vibe of the atmosphere around you in the crowded room. Know who you're sat next to, whether you're holding their hand, what you're eating, etc. And now imagine that one of your favorite film stars that you love, that he or she comes on the stage and they're going to announce the Oscar for the best actor of the year, actor or actress. Okay, they read out 3 names. The nominees are, you can come up with the other 2, and then the final name on the list is you. Okay, and then feel the exhilaration, feel the tension, think of how you'll be feeling, the excitement you'll be feeling, and then the winner is, and they read out your name. The room erupts. How do you feel? What do you do? How do you feel as you stand up and you have to walk towards that podium, walking through the crowd that is completely mesmerized and applauding you, knowing that you're being broadcast to the world right that moment. The world has seen your success. How does that feel now? So shut your eyes. We do this for 2 minutes. Shut your eyes now and just play that mind movie. Okay, over to you. Okay, so we come back now. Check in then. How did you feel? If you can tell me in the comments section, tell me how you feel right now. It'd be really interesting to know. You should feel amazing. If you've done this right, you should have felt the euphoria, okay, of that, of you focusing on that dream, that ambition, okay. And this is what all the Abraham-Hicks philosophy is about, okay, which is being endorsed by quantum physics, okay. The top scientists of the world are realizing that we all create our individual reality, our lives, first through thought, okay, firing out rockets of desire for things that we think will improve our lives into our future. Okay, these desires are waiting for us to catch up with them. Okay, our feeling state, if you think of how you felt just then, most of us ignore this. We've not been taught this by the mainstream media and those that key influencers in our world, so we ignore them. But our feelings are our sixth sense. The fact you felt your success is because it already exists as a viable option for you in your future. It's waiting for you to catch up with it. Okay, how does that sound? Does the fact that you could feel your success and feel such a buzz and a connection, it's because you touched your future. It exists right now, waiting for you to catch up. Okay, so does that help you improve your sense of positive expectation about your acting career dreams? Okay, how do you know you're on target to achieving your dreams and your aspirations? Because you begin to feel happier and more energized the more and more you do this. Okay, everything that you want, everything that we all want in our lives, is because we believe the achieving of it will make us feel better in the having of it. All this law of attraction stuff, quantum physics stuff, Einstein apparently said this: we have to match the frequency of our dreams for it to manifest around us as a reality. Everything in the universe is energy. Every particle of energy has a frequency, and when like energy, the frequency of your energy, who you are, matches the energy of your dream, it will manifest and you will become a successful actor. That's what all the great movie stars have done. Okay. So our job is to maintain the belief and expectation of our dreams. As I say, most people don't. They kill the dream. They just see it as wishful thinking. You know, school teachers tell you, stop daydreaming, be realistic. Never be realistic. You're creating your life. If you just keep being realistic, you just keep living in Groundhog Day, regurgitating the same thing again and again and again. The focus of your mind, of my mind, everyone's mind in the universe, affects the atoms of the universe to coagulate and begin forming your future acting success, or whatever we're focused on. Okay, it's the concept of string theory. String theory is saying that there's multiple futures, multiple realities that exist in the universe. There's infinite possibilities. Excuse me, I've got a cold this weekend. Infinite possibilities, but it's the one that we focus on. And law of attraction, it says the one that the energy that we attract towards us, which becomes our future, is dependent on how we're feeling. If you can maintain the excitement, enthusiasm, high energy that you think being a successful actor is going to bring you, that's what you're going to end up living. Okay. Let me show you now. Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've probably heard of him. Let's hear what he has to say about all this.
I didn't want to just be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to be the best bodybuilder of all times. Dig deep down and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Not what, but who. I'm talking about figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy. You have to think outside the box. That's what I believe. After all, what is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble? We have so many rules in life about everything. I say break the rules, not the law, but break the rules. I remember that after I was finished with my bodybuilding career, I wanted to get into acting. I wanted to be a star in films. Everyone had the same line that it can't be done. Just look at your body. You have this huge, monstrous body, overly developed, that doesn't fit into the movies. But, I didn't listen to orders. These were their rules. I was convinced I could do it. And then I got a big break in Conan the Barbarian. Trust yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. And there the director said if we wouldn't have Schwarzenegger, we would have to build one. Then when I did Terminator, I'll be back. One of the most famous lines in movie history, all because of my crazy accent. It just shows you never listen that you can't do something. Don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail. Don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you will never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision. And you know that it's the right thing to do. Success will come, so don't be afraid to fail. I mean, how many times have you heard that you can't do this and you can't do that and it's never been done before? So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done. If I would have listened to the naysayers, I would still be in the Austrian Alps yodeling. I would never have come to America. I always listened to myself and said, yes, you can. You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough. Work your butt off. I always believed leaving no stone unturned. No pain, no gain. When you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter and someone is winning. Just remember that. the ladder of success with your hands in the pocket.
So that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he's amazing. He mentioned two words there. He kept going on about it's what you think, and he also mentioned happiness, what makes you happy, which is what I've been teaching at the beginning of this. Arnold Schwarzenegger is amazing. If you read his autobiography, Total Recall, he says from the age of 9, he grew up, I think it was in the early 40s, in some backwater Austrian village, waiting at the bus stop with his mates at the age of 9, going to school. He was telling them that he was going to be a successful Hollywood star. Everyone thought he was mad. He stuck to the dream. He believed in himself. Didn't know how he was going to do it. He just held the vision, kept doing what I said. He kept telling the story of what he wanted, where he was going, not where he was. The universe moves you. He ended up going to Hollywood. The universe, you could say, finds the joyous path for you to achieve your dreams as well. Okay, because he didn't, in that Austrian village, he didn't do acting then. He realized what he could do was bodybuilding. And so he focused on that. He focused on what brought him joy. And this is what I'd say to all actors. You need a unique selling point. You need to have your own distinctive brand that is going to make you stand out in the marketplace. If you think of someone like Jim Carrey, he had his comedy. He was doing a lot of comedy. Ricky Gervais as well. And, so you enter the industry. Arnold Schwarzenegger, as he says there, he had this body. When he arrived in America, he couldn't even speak English. No one understood him. I understand that with Conan, they had to dub someone else's voice over him, but he provided the body, he provided the physique. And then while he was in America and while his acting career started to happen, he started to attend the best acting workshops he could, trained himself to be able to speak articulate, coherent English. And so he worked on himself while his career was happening. You hear this all the time. Madonna, the singer Madonna, I'm sure you've all heard of her. If you look back at her early 80s stuff, she was known as the Minnie Mouse of pop. She was just this squeaky, high-pitched singer that, has become a pop icon now. She learned on the job, and it's I think it was about 94, the early to mid 90s, when she worked with Andrew Lloyd Webber and Alan Parker on Evita. She had to retrain how to sing. And she said she started singing at that point onwards, 10 or plus years into her career. So again, these circumstances, just as long as you believe in it, you will move forward. Oh, we got a first comment of the day. Let's see what it says. Hello, Geeko Wave. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be on demand, Geeko Wave. Where are you coming in from? Do tell me where you're coming in from. Good to hear from you. I know we got some people watching, but you're the first to communicate with me, so I appreciate that. I like to make these talks interactive. This stuff is it's all about the mind and how you use the mind. Okay. So what if the only difference between 99% of the failed actors on planet Earth and those acting superstars is that the superstars focus their mind on their dream, ignoring their current reality, maintained that vision, while everyone else was just living Groundhog Day. Feeling despondent at the fact that they had to be, work as waiters or do some kind of part-time job, and they let that their emotional reaction to that part-time job, just that current shift in their reality, change their mental focus, which changes the way they feel, which stops them manifesting their dream reality. Okay, you're coming in from the okay, no, thank you, my pleasure. I do these every month, Gecko Wave. Okay, so I'm in West London as well, so are you at drama school at the moment, or have you been to drama school? Tell me about where you currently are with your acting career or acting aspirations. I'd be always interested to know. So let me just show you this now. This is the spiritual stuff now. I'm going to show you something from Abraham-Hicks, which, as I said, this is where this philosophy comes from. This is powerful. It's a bit clunky, but this explains the kind of concept, this law of attraction. how energy is working to create all our realities. Okay, watch this.
You are unique creators who have come forth with unique intention from source. So the way you begin to understand and manage your thoughts is by understanding this very brief story. So you existed before this physical body as this source energy that understands well-being, this source energy that has eagerness about life and understanding about the eternalness of that which is life. And a part of that consciousness is now expressed forward into this physical body, just like you planned. You said, I want to go forth into this magnificent leading edge physical format where there is variety and stability. And I know that the variety or contrast will inspire me in my unique creative genius perspective to give birth to yet another desire and another and another. And you understood from your non-physical perspective that when the desire emanates from you, someone's rude to you, you want them to be nicer. You're rude to someone, you want to be nicer. You don't have enough of something, you want more. You're sick, you want to be well. You don't have enough money, you want more money. And of course, these are bulky, general statements that we are making, but every nuance of your life causes you to expand into yet still more. And in the moment, even if you are not consciously aware that you are asking, in the moment that you live anything that feels the slightest bit less than, you ask for the more than. In other words, the contrast of this time-space reality causes you in a very specific way to constantly give birth to new desires, just like you promised you would do. And the source within you rides that rocket of your new preference and joyously feels the expansion that you've provided through your willingness to sift through life experience, and becomes the vibrational equivalent of your new idea. And now, this is the part that we want you to hear and remember. You have become more because of that. But in most cases, in your physical body, in your physical personality, in your physical mood and attitude and projection of thought and conversation and behavior, most of you are not anywhere near that expanded part of you, because most of you are over here still explaining to someone why you deserve that. I should have that, but I don't. I've got it coming, but it's not coming. And then over time you conjure the most incredible, ridiculous stories of why you don't have it. I wasn't born under the right star. I wasn't born in the right place. I wasn't born at the right time. Somebody else isn't rooting for me. God is mad at me. I must have been bad in a past life. It's his fault. It's her fault. There are all kinds of things that you conjure in the name of religion, in the name of trying to understand, in the name of philosophy. But in every case, what you're really doing is holding yourself vibrationally with your justification and your rationalization and your excuses about why it isn't better. As you continue to tell the what is story, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is. I don't like how it is, I don't like how it is, I don't like how it is. I'm going to join a group of others who also don't like how it is, don't like how it is, don't like how it is. And we have lots of specific groups of specific things that we don't like how it is. And I belong to many of them. And now we have the online chat groups of I don't like how it is, I don't like how it is, I don't like how it is. And what we're wanting you to understand is that as you lived life, you gave birth to the new idea, to the expansion, to the new becoming, just like you knew you would. And the larger part of you went over there and became it. And when you don't go, you don't feel good. But we want to say something to you lovingly. You can't not go. You can't not go. When you croak, oh, you'll go. You'll close that gap. We just want you to close the gap in a pre-croaking environment. We want you to close the gap because you want to close the gap. We want you to close the gap because you can't stand to have the gap. We want you to close the gap because it is right. It is natural that you be all that your life has caused you to become. We don't think you should have to croak to catch up with you. We think just a little understanding of vibration, a little understanding of who you are, a little understanding of your own guidance system would serve you so very well. We think if you could just know that the way you feel is your indication of whether you are in sync with who you have become or not. When you feel eager, when you feel appreciation, when you feel that enthusiasm for life, you are moving in the direction of who you really are. But when you feel ornery, when you feel insecure, when you feel angry, when you feel resentful, when you feel injustices happen to you, or when you feel unfairness, when you feel that way, even though you're looking right at something that nearly everybody on the planet would agree with you that an injustice has been done, when you focus in that way, you're focusing in a way that the source within you will never focus. And do you know why that is? Because the source within you only focuses upon those things that it wants to see more of.
How does that sound? So, we've got some more comments coming through. So, I was in drama club when I was really young, then stopped after 2 years due to the cost. You're 19. Wow, that's good. On a gap year, taking drama classes, considering studying drama, but not sure yet. Okay. Well, this is interesting if you just watched that clip and listened. Once you've got a desire, once there's something that you've kind of identified that you want in your future that's going to make your life happier, you can't kill the dream. You can't let go of that dream. So, but your work is, again, everyone's thinking, oh my God, I've got to find a way there. I've got to find out how to afford it, blah, blah, blah. Action, action, action. If you can just focus mentally on the dream and hold the vision, and hold it long enough so your emotional, energetic state changes, improves, you will find yourself moving in the direction of your dream. You will find opportunities manifest. This is the amazing thing of this law of attraction concept. And the law of attraction is working all the time, by the way. From the moment we're born, the world responds to our energy, our emotional state. Okay, so if you want to, you must realize that if you're in a good mood, your experience that day is better. Whereas if you're in a grouchy mood, irritated with people, the world starts to mirror you and give you grumpy, miserable people. That is called being emotionally intelligent. I'll share with you as well that there's this, once you go into the Abraham-Hicks philosophy in detail, they tell of an emotional scale. It's a 22 step emotional scale. The very top of the scale is joy, appreciation, love. If you can focus as much as your conscious thinking and ultimately your conscious feeling, because our chronic thinking creates our emotions, if you can focus in the direction of love, talk about what you love, talk about, and this is where if your current reality sucks, and most people's current reality does, because all the relish, all the potential, all the juice of our life experience is in our future. It's not now. Abraham-Hicks talks of the current reality is almost like used chewing gum. There's no flavor. But instead of, fighting that and denying it, go with it. Use it to your advantage. Look at number 6, number 5, number 4. Okay. If you're hopeful of being a successful actor and hold those thoughts, that's going to shift how you feel. If you can be optimism is a feeling, an emotional state. It's not words. If you're all truthful, emotional, all truthful mindsets are positive mindsets. They activate emotion within you. It's positivity is an emotional state. It's not just words. People that go, I'm really happy, and they sound crabby and irritable, they're not happy, but they're saying the right words that they want everyone to hear. But when you're feeling good, when your energy is different, your whole physiology changes. You get, you have more energy to achieve stuff, and you find yourself effortlessly achieving stuff. So it is about, and it is the first, the top 7 steps on the scale, which is where all your power is. As you start to move down, like pessimism, that's a dream killer. I'd love to be an actor, but if you watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger clip, he kept saying everyone was telling him he'd never do it. He would never be a successful bodybuilder, let alone an actor. He decided what he thought. He didn't listen to anyone else. And the more you do this stuff, you choose your own mindset. You choose what thoughts you're going to think. You don't let your thinking be hijacked. But how many people, certainly in this current climate, listen to the media and believe totally what the media says? Excuse me. The world today, we are so manipulated by the media, and it's never telling us anything good. is always telling us we're moving towards the worst. Don't believe any of it, because that will make you worry. That will affect your human emotional state, and it will kill your dream. If you look at the bottom then of this scale, right at the bottom, fear, depression, powerlessness. So if you have a dream or something, like, because for some people being a successful actor is just pie in the sky dreaming, and if you hold the if you don't believe, if you don't have positive expectation that you can be a successful actor, although you want to be one, you're killing the dream through your own mental mindset, and that leads to powerlessness and depression. You feel crap. All negative emotion, all depression, all low energy, it's caused by, as the Abraham clip says, you find out a desire for improved future and you're not letting yourself go with it just on a mental level. You don't have to take any action. But if you don't believe in your dreams, if you don't believe that you can achieve your aspirations, you cripple yourself. And the whole of your life suffers. You become crabby, grouchy. All of your relationships suffer as a result. The whole entire quality of your life suffers as a result of you killing your dream. So if you have chosen for yourself to be successful, the only work you need to do, but the most important work you need to do, is just hold the dream, maintain the dream, visualize at night before you go to bed you being a Hollywood star, talk about it to your friends. If you feel weird talking about it, don't share the dream with your friends, but just share the dream with yourself and allow yourself to dream. Our daydream, our imagination are the most important parts. They're our tools for us to create our lives. Yet if you discredit their worth, their importance, their power, you just end up living a mediocre life, which is what the majority of people on this planet are. You listen to all the great successes, they believed they could do it. You hear this again and again and again. So I said earlier, you need to talk yourself into it. Start telling a different story. Start saying to yourself, just in your head, if not out loud, I'm so looking forward to being an actor. I'm really looking forward to being a successful actor. I'm so excited about being a successful actor, working on sets, with other great stars, being cast by top directors, being, Spielberg or Tarantino's or whatever go-to actor, favorite actor, or even some future big shot director that no one's even heard of yet, that he's, like Spielberg always works with Tom Hanks. You could be this future director's go-to actor that you always do projects together. The more you do this, the easier you're going to find that you'll believe in your dream, because you start to feel it. You feel the buzz, and it's all about the feeling state. That's what the law of attraction responds to. Another exercise I totally recommend, meditation. Meditate 15 minutes a day. Okay, it calms the brain and raises the quality of the thoughts you think. Okay, so many people are anxiety ridden, fearful. Just calming the brain with meditation. And meditation is just deep breathing. It's weird. It works really well if you have a positive soundtrack that you listen to, because over time, the more you listen to just being bombarded with positivity for 15 minutes a day, those positive thoughts, those positive perspectives become your perspective over time. So it's a form of positive brainwashing, but nothing wrong with that. You just calm the brain, and you find those emotional states that are at the very bottom of the emotional scale, like anger, revenge, hatred, jealousy. You don't feel them. Because you've raised the frequency of your mind, and this is all about frequency. And as I said earlier, energy has frequency. It's all about the energy that you're transmitting, that you're receiving, because law of attraction receives like energy. So you need to change your energy, your level of enthusiasm, the way you feel, to start attracting better life experiences. And meditation is a key way to do that. Affirmations is another powerful one. Anyone that knows the boxer Muhammad Ali, he was known by the whole world as the greatest. if you listen to his story, he was telling himself years before that he was the greatest. So he was future projecting, focusing on where he wanted to be, not where he was. And the rest of the world caught up with him. He's probably known as Mr. Affirmation. You can do that as well. Just tell yourself, I start doing this now, okay? Allow yourself to feel the statement as well. I am the greatest actor of my generation. I am the greatest actor the world has ever seen. How do those thoughts make you feel? This is what it's all about. One thing that is, it's another workshop. Okay, this is too big to go into now, but your relationship with yourself, it's a huge topic. A lot of actors actually have suffered some kind of emotional trauma, some kind of emotional bruising, and a lot of actors are wanting to run away from themselves. Yet the acting that I teach, you can't run away from yourself. You need to tap into all your life experience. So trauma and some kind of tragedy or whatever, the most emotive life experiences are often the go-to emotional memories that you utilize as an actor. So you need to accept yourself and not be in denial to yourself, but that takes courage. Creativity takes courage. Okay, but that's a different workshop. Okay, but yeah, don't try and run away from yourself. Utilize all your life experience, utilize your own personality. Like I said earlier, you want to bring something unique to the industry. Don't be a carbon copy. Your life experience, your character, you're the one person that is you on planet Earth right now. Why would you want to deny that? You need to tap into you to be a great actor. As soon as you start to mimic or copy someone else, you've deactivated your power. So if any of you got any questions, are you still there? Gecko Wave? Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know what you thought of this workshop. I know it's different to the kind of stuff you normally hear. So if you want to email me, info@e-drama.co.uk. My drama training, you can find it all at www.don'tgotodramaschool.com. Okay, and yeah, it's I do a online. It's all online based through video and tutorials. You pay $12.99 a month. The first month is free actually, so it's a no risk trial. And each week you get drip fed a different component. There's 52 components in total. You get different component fed to you. You get video tutorials with exercises, and it teaches you all of the components that you need to be a successful screen actor. A lot of it also applies to stage acting, but my specification is screen acting. So, because as I said at the start, that's where the money is. That's where the industry is going to be and is right now. Yeah, so I asked at the beginning, we're coming to the end now. If you can put in the chat one thing you're going to take away, I'd be really interested in that. Do let me know what you're going to take away from this. Yeah, I hope you found this. Let me know that you found this beneficial as well. I'd really like to know that. I'll give you, what should I get? I'll give you till, I'll give you another 2 minutes to respond. Otherwise, we'll wrap up now. But thank you for listening. You can email me as well. Let me know what you thought of this. If you're too shy, hopefully you found me through Meetup or Eventbrite. My Meetup. If you go to this website, actually, don't go to dramaschool.com. There's a page called Extras, I think it's called, or might be called Freebies, but it will advertise my next workshop we're doing there, the date and the time. Otherwise, if you go to my Meetup group, which is called Don't Go to Dramaschool.com or Meetup.com, that will advertise the next workshop then. So thank you so much, everyone. Really good spending this just under this hour with you. All the best with your acting career. Yeah, reach out to me if you do need any help, any guidance or support. And as I said at the very beginning, there's some big industry changes are happening, certainly in the UK as well. There's a renaissance in the film industry. I'm going to be playing a big part in that, so I can't announce anything now, but I will do very soon. What's Gecko Wave saying? Still here, brilliant. Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much. More people should be watching you and your work because you're awesome. One thing I'm taking away is the power of the mind. I have a lot to work on. Brilliant that you're aware of that, because awareness is the first stage of change. Yeah, it is. So many people spend thousands and years of their life aspiring to be an actor, training to be an actor. And I've worked with loads of actors in my years as a screen trainer. It's only in recent years that I've started teaching this, because I've stumbled across this philosophy myself, and it's changed my life. So I'm utilizing this as well. That's why I'm here now. But it is, what's the point of being a great actor if you haven't got the mindset to back you up? And so that's where you just see the same actors again and again and again. And Abraham-Hicks does say, when asked about that, why is it the same actors that you see all the time? Because they expect it. It is their expectation. How ironic. Not surprising at all when it is all about your expectation. I'm going to sign off now. You have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.